Habakkuk 2, verse 3 in the NLT. This vision's for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. Call Allah Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well. Shalom to those like men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth with all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And also shalom to you very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting in order in these last days. Honor brother Amawan coming to the video. Lord was edifying. Right, and this topic that we're gonna go into is that MOTB. You know, you had one of the actors that always played Hector in many movies. You know, he always played the guy Hector in many movies, and he was on a podcast going into just talking about it, right? And in which we all know that these men, you know, learned this from the apostles, man. They got in on it from the apostles of Great Millstone, man. You know, because this is what we've been teaching, and now you're starting to see it come to being made manifest, right, through the scriptures, right? We know it's through the scriptures that it's being made manifest, being made known, right? So I'm gonna go to this clip that he was going into it about it, and I'm gonna just intervene here and there, and then Lord willing, I just post the audio of it itself on another video.
When it's the one world currency and you get the chip inside of you,
like Mark of the Beast.
And what's going to happen is when they got, so that's headed towards that.
Right.
So the chip, it's the condition your mind. So it'd be like, oh, we've always been tapping. We've always been using cryptocurrency. We've always been, you know, doing it this way. So when you get the chip, you ain't going to think nothing of it because you won't be like.
Right, because what it said, we talk about gradualism, right? If you condition in the mind, right, you slowly give it to them, right, they're going to get used to, oh, all right, bet, this is the next step, you know, and they're going to make it sound convenient the way they put it in motion with it. You know, you don't have to worry about your purse, you don't have to worry about your wallet, you don't have to worry about your ID, you miss losing your social security card. Everything will be what? All on that one device.
Nah, they've always been doing it similar to this, right? So the chip, when they put it inside of you, is going to be activated as your credit card. So long story short, now you could just, if they put it in your forehead or your wrist, now you could just slide your arm or slide your head, whatever they decide to put it in. And they're going to say, oh, there's all these good things about it. And this is where they manipulate / trick you / deceive you. They're going to say, you know why the chip is good? Because now no one can come up to you and just rob you and take your cash. You know why the chip is good? Because if you get kidnapped, I can find you and locate you with the chip. They're going to tell you all these great things, but here's the part that they do.
And I got another video I want to show you pertaining to that from a movie, from an episode of, I think it was CSI. Law and Order, SVU, you know, going into like this little girl that was tracked, you know, she was kidnapped, but she was chipped. She knew she was chipped, she felt it, you know. But yes, Esau is going to show you all the so-called benefits of having this thing, but he's not telling you he's not telling you the end all be all, right? He's not telling you, right, you Israelites, first and foremost, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives, that you shouldn't take this, right? Because the Lord forbids us to take this mark, right? Because really you're just letting the Esau know that you fully commit to his ways, you bow down to him, and that's going to ultimately get you destroyed by our Lord Yahweh Shah when he returns, right? Matter of fact, and I'm just doing it in reverse. I'll grab that right quick. Revelation 14 verse 9 and 10, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or his hand, the same, his head or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. See? So you're going to get that straight drop, no cut, no chaser, destruction, right? All that built up anger that the Lord has, you finna get a piece of that, man. All because you want to give into Esau way, right? Jump into get his chip. You know, and he's finna come a lot of deceivable, and it's finna be very, very tough to not have it. You know, but people will give in to it, right? And that's why the Lord got to destroy the ones that do take it. You know, also, you know, when you go to the book of Revelation chapter 16, you know, he talks about that grievous sore, or which we know we're going to go into like what? Cancer like pus, you know, because you got this damn chip inside you, radio frequency, man. You're not supposed to have no damn technology stuck in your body. Right, but Esau's not telling you that side though, you know. Let me go back to this video right quick. And also he said, you have your credit cards, yeah. And that's what we move. That's what we're moving to, a digital system. They getting away with the money, right? You already got what? You got Sweden, you got the UK. You know, everybody's moving towards digital, right? Soon come is gonna be everything gonna be on that one chip, which we always go into with that word mark in the book of Revelation 13 verse 16, right? Breaking it down to the root word for mark, right, which would be charagma in the Greek. And charagma pretty much is that chip. And you go to the Strong's definition, it talks about how, you know, it'll be your badge, right? Your token, right? To where you get access to wherever you want to go inside society, man. Right? Because everything will be hooked up to this grid through that chip. And if you don't have that chip, you won't have access to society. Right? Let me keep going. I'll come back to that part.
Don't tell you. If you do not comply with the government and you do not do what the government says, all they got to do is simply turn that chip off. And now your credit card don't work, and now you can't even go to Carl's Jr. and get a cheeseburger. Now you can't even go get tacos or eat. And now, in order for that chip to be turned back on / activated, you got to be under control and the mercy of the government and what they tell you to do to be able to even shop for food or whatever else is that you want to get.
Hey, Khan, right? And he telling you nothing more that we have been telling you. But you know, it has to come from a celebrity for, you know, Jake to really just, that's what them folk been saying. You know, it takes, you know, people outside of us to say something for their brain to start clicking. You know. But hey, this right here has been, man, been speaking on it for a while. You know, like I said, starting with the apostles, but still out here. He made another good point with having, what can I say, out of society. You know, if you want to have your chip turned back on and stuff like that, you're gonna have to let them control and stuff like that, right? They doing that in China, right? In China, they're doing that the credit score, right? If you're not going against the code, if you're going against the code, how they got things set up, your face be plastered all over the place, your credit score drop, right? Hey, that's all conditioned in the mind so that if you go against the system in any type of way, right, there's consequences. And it's easy to turn off that chip easily. It's inserted inside you. As you finna go into it, the understanding of people quick to say about, your phone is a chip. Okay, and you can throw that shit away at any given moment. If you got this small grain of rice stuck inside you, you can't just throw that away at any given moment. And that's the easiest comparison ever. Right? You throw the phone away, it's not attached to you. But if you throw that, you know, you gotta cut your body, you gotta cut body parts off with your, you know, it really doesn't matter at that point. You know, once you take it, once you insert that chip inside you, man, you got it. Once you consent it over that you say you would take it, and they lodge that thing inside you, man, you stuck with that, man. It ain't no do-overs. I'm just bullshit. Let me take it back out. No. But let me grab that one point in Revelation 13 and 15. Okay, here we go. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. See? And we know that a two-folded word for killed is what? To be cut off from society. You'll be dead to them because you're not on the grid. You don't have the requirements to keep maneuvering around. Right, let me go back to that video, and I'm almost done.
So all that is leading towards that, man. So I tell people you're soon enough going to be backed up into having to make the decision of accept or don't accept. But when it comes down to it, and people always, and that's how they control.
And let me stop right there, because that's real heavy. We talk about that all the time. You know, this is why we talk about getting this wisdom, not truth, and understanding why you can. Because in the near future, right, we will have to make a great decision. We have to make the right decision, but we all will be tested. You know, and this is why we're building ourselves up for this 1 hour, right? And Lord willing, you know, we able to endure it, right? The Lord had gave us, you know, the drop on what to do, what He's going to do, and we just got to remain faithful to it and see it through, right? Because we're about to get tried on a level like never before, but Lord willing, we have that wisdom, not truth, and understanding, right? And to be stable inside those times. It's the book of Revelation 3. In verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. What is that hour of temptation? Right? When that MOTB is made mandatory throughout the four corners of the earth. Right? You can't buy, sell, or trade without this device. Right? You know, you're going to have to go by 5 days, 4 days, some days without eating, you know. And on that 8th day, the Lord will show you a whole abundance of food, you know. But you're going to be tried, man. You're going to be tried to where that thought of, damn, I'm hungry, you know, it may come across your mind, you know. And we got to know the way out to end that hunger for that quick moment is receiving that MOTB. You know, but you're going to be tempted. You know, we're going to be tried on all cylinders. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, right? And that is the spirit that we got to have. That's just the faith we got to have. You know, we doing the works of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah right now, right? And we know He going to keep us from the hour of temptation. Right? It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, right? So it's going to be a big trial period, you know, across 4 winds of the earth, right? Go back to it.
You and people always say, oh, they got you control on your phone. No, they don't, because I could take this phone, I could throw it in a river, and you no longer got anything on me physically. But once they put that in you physically, now you're under control, because that's your credit card, that's your currency, that's your money, that's your whole damn life right there. Right. And again,
right. And what we going to? I'm just going to it right quick. When you go to the book of Revelation, chapter 3, 13, and 16. Show it to you right quick. He said, what is it? It's your security card, it's your debit card, right? Hell, this is even gonna be your house keys, man. You know? I kind of briefly spoke on it earlier. Matter of fact, let me read the scripture first. Excuse me. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a MARK in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? And the main thing is, the funny thing is, it says he calls of all, both small and great, right? And in this society, this man be considered a great man. He's up there, right? And he got to have that same decision to make, and it was and he cause of all, right? Esau Edom, he cause of all, right? Small and great. It don't matter if you high rank in society or high status in society or low status in society. He's gonna cause everyone to make a decision, all right? And that decision is not gonna be optional after a while, right? He's gonna put that pressure on you, to make the decision of taking it, Excuse me. So let's grab that word from Mark right quick. So I can find me a little parking spot right quick. Which go to that Greek word charagma. All right. So this is a charagma, right? A stamp, an unprinted mark, right? Of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge, right? That is what? A badge is what? A distinctive emblem worn as a mark of office, membership, achievement, license, employment, right? Membership, right? You're a member of what? This NWO, Esau's new agenda. Let's go down to the Strongs. A stamp as a badge, right? A membership of what? Servitude, right? Servitude going to what? Slave, right? Being a slave or completely subject to someone more powerful. Right now, Esau is over us, but he'll be completely over you taking that seat up, man. Right? So this is the root word for charagma, which is that device, the chip itself. You have karats, which is what? The instrument to use to insert the device, the chip, right? It says to sharpen to a point, right? So you have to use a sharp device to what? To pierce through your skin to insert the chip. And the root word for this karats is grapho, like he mentioned. You can have your ID, pretty much your whole wallet, all on this one device. Right? And like I said, the Greek word for this is grapho. And we're just going to go down to 2B, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten. Write down, record, right? These are going to be what? All on that one chip, man. It won't be forgotten. You're going to have certain codes, on your phone, right? And I got to play the last little clip of the girl, right? On the show. So that was that. Plays last little bit.
A lot of this is exposed. You guys can watch the documentary with your own eyes. And to go one step farther, respectfully, it's all in the Bible. Right. It's all in Revelations. It's right there in black.
And what we just went into, Revelation 13, 13, 16. That's why, we've been warning the people. That's why we tell you that, Ezekiel 33 and 33, when all these things shall come to pass, which it will be, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them, right? We've been warning you.
Right. So all I'm saying is, but if you want to see some current, watch American Faces of Freedom, you'll get a wake-up call right there, and it shows you how and why this is happening, because this is all leading up to the one world government, the one world currency, and if you know the...
See? Everything up to one world, and that's the thing that they're trying to do, is lead up to one world currency, one world government. Everybody has that chip, right? So I'm gonna go off of this right here, and I'm gonna play this last little clip. Close out. Like I always played this video. I was just watching it one day and just seen it. So I just want to play it. So this is from I think it's Law and Order, SVU.
You said you know that they put something inside of you. What was it?
A computer chip.
Mackenzie.
It has all my information on it. It knows everywhere I go. That's how they found me yesterday. I can't hide.
They didn't find you. We did. And there's no computer chip inside you.
There is. Look.
Looks like you got shot.
He was in a shot. That's how Dr. Zadok put it in.
Look, there's nothing in your arm. They probably told you that so you would behave.
No! Okay, I'm not lying. It's for real. Please just feel it.
It's time. What is that?
I told you. A computer chip.
Actually, it's an RFID chip. Radio frequency identification.
Like they put in dogs.
It's the same basic technology.
So the Burtons can track every single move their daughter makes.
Not yet. In the future, chips will be equipped with GPS. But for now, they simply carry a 16-digit number unique to each client.
So why would the Burtons freak their kid out now? They can't even put her under surveillance yet.
To save her life. If she were ever in an accident, the hospital could scan the implant and retrieve valuable medical information.
So can any third-rate hacker, or Uncle Sam for that matter. How much private information can you put in these chips?
The applications are unlimited. In the future, we'll be able to track children, the elderly, criminals, immigrants.
Welcome to the New World Order.
All right. And so I watched this movie. This was probably like, shit, my Steve daughter's like 6. This was probably about 5 years ago. Yeah, about 5 years ago, I had watched this. But yeah, just the point, right? How the man's going into it, like how, you know, you can right now they can only search up your medical effort. I mean, your medical records. You know, that's all they can do. But in the future, they can do more. He said it'll be more that you can do with it, man. You know, and what the man had said at the end, well, welcome to the NWO. You know. But that goes to show that Esau just props out on the left-hand side. And this is not the first clip that you have seen them talking about that, having that chip, man. You know, the girl's able to be found through having that chip, right? She'll be, and this soon come, right? They'll be able to turn your chip off. You won't be able to do nothing, you know? So just want to go inside this quick lesson, you know, Lord willing, it was edifying and to the point. I want to give out honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Krakatash. And you know, to the next one, Shalom.